Reverend always gonna go. Fine. Yeah, exactly. Here we go. First one I told you was what? Olive oil. Next one was what? Cassis oil. C-A-S-S-I-S oil. Cassis berries have properties for settling PMS emotional flare-ups, bloating, and cramps. It is used to relieve joint and body pain. Cassis oil. All right. I need that now. Come back. Just come back. Y'all just come back. There are a lot of things that are out there that can actually help you with your health that you won't find in Food Lion or Walmart. And the only thing I'm saying, wherever you shop, I shop at Harris Teeter. It don't matter where you shop. The point I'm trying to make to you is, I'll talk about this on Sunday. Here's the principle I want you to write down. Every problem that the earth has, God put the answer in the dirt. Every problem that the earth has, God put the answer in the dirt. I'm going to say it again. Every problem that the earth had, God put the answer in the dirt. I'm going to say it one more time. Every problem that the what? God did what? Put the answer in the dirt. Let's start from the beginning. The earth needed someone to till the ground. So what God did caused a mist to go over the earth, and then he pulled out of the dirt Adam. Adam, you're lonely. It's not good for you to be alone. That's not when he made Eve. It says that he made from the dust of the ground the beasts of the field and brought them to Adam to see what he would call them. So cultivators and companions come from the dirt. If you want to have healthier eating, or if you want to eat, most of the food you get comes from the what? Ground, if you eat vegetables or herbs. If you need medicinal help, the answer is not in pharmacia, the answer is in herbs. It comes from the ground. Is that making sense? Now, the problem is not what comes from the ground, is what comes from the air. I'm going somewhere with this one. The reason organic is so big is because organic says nothing has come from the air to contaminate what's in the ground. And that's good to me. Because when you spray pesticides from the air to fall down to kill the pesticides, in other words, you're trying to now help the earth do what the earth is already built to do.
That's good.
It caused me to itch right there. I just want to see y'all. So now, every answer that God puts, every problem that you have is already in the earth. So watch this. Let's go a little further. Every person in this room's got dirt. So the answer to your situation is in your dirt. Now I'm going to leave that right there.
Benedict.
Welcome home, Wood. Welcome home. All right. Now, if you think about every problem that you have, even if you did a SWOT analysis, most times the opportunities or threats are actually where innovation comes in. If you always look at your problems as their problems versus them being opportunities, then you'll always be stressed out about a problem. It's an opportunity for innovation to take place. It making sense? Let me give you an example. When we had flip phones,
I used to go out there and hang up on I didn't have a regular one, I had a razor.
there was a problem. Now before y'all had the razor, we had the ones where you had to pull the antenna out.
I had that one I had it for a week and I said.
Or if you flip your phone open too bad, guess what happened? It will hyperextend. So somebody said that's a problem. So somebody came up with an innovative solution. Let's just have everything straight. We started with little QWERTY keyboards. Like I had the Trio. I had every Trio there was. I'm not sure if y'all remember what the Trio was. But it was like one of the first smartphones. It was like BlackBerry, and then there was Trio. And you had to move a little ball. You trying to kind of, so all that. So now, touchscreen wasn't nothing. Back then, you had to press them buttons. Somebody said, well, let's just have it to where touchscreen, because that makes you able to kind of move around. We saw a problem, and innovation came. Let me bless you for your next idea. Find a problem that you can fix, and somebody will pay you for it. I think I need to say that again. Thank the Holy Ghost is here tonight. Find a problem that you can fix, and somebody will pay you for it. The reason you have, unquote, a job or whatever you do now is because somebody has a problem. They either needed an employer or they needed somebody else to kind of do this. You're fixing their problem. When you find out what problem you can fix and get money from it, you'll change your whole life. Some of y'all looking for another job. You need to look for a problem.
Come on now.
Am I talking to anybody tonight? So, any problem that the earth has, guess what? God put the answer in the dirt. If you go back to every one of your dirty situations that you've ever been in, most times there's some kind of solution that blessed your tomorrow. Now, most times we are ashamed about our dirt, so we keep our dirt hid. Meanwhile, we got somebody else's solution to how they can keep out of dirt or get out of the dirt that they're in. The greatest example of somebody coming out of dirt, I gave the answer away. The greatest example of somebody coming out of dirt, I'm sorry, is the fact that somebody went into a grave. It may have been a stony grave, but we consider the grave dirt. But the answer was in the dirt. But the problem was the dirt of man. But God put the answer in the dirt, because if he hadn't became dirt, he couldn't have cleaned our dirt.
Amen.
But then he had to come out of the dirt to bring the rest of us out of dirt.
Amen.
Now, as we are his believers and his followers, guess what he says to us? I put you here for a particular reason. Now I got to bring you out of darkness, out of the dirt, to help somebody else. This is why I want to go tonight. But you got to know who you are.
Come on.
Because you don't know who you are, you'll stay in the dirt.
Amen.
All right. Let's go all the way back to the herbs. All right. So now, the first oil I gave you was castor oil. Olive. Then I gave you what castor oil does. You may want to look it up and check that out. Now, so in regards to that, because the worst thing you want is this is your night with the king.
Praise him.
Nah, I ain't say that. I just left it out there. That was intentional pause, but y'all will get it. Like, no, not tonight. No. Here we go. All right, now. Next, olive oil. Olive oil is touted as an antioxidant and also anti-inflammatory qualities. It soothes inflammation and heals burns. Right. You got those that use what is that, tea oil or tea tree oil? Yeah. Listen, I like castor oil. Castor oil will bless. Yeah. Listen. When I tell you to bring some life back to that. All right. Olive oil also does this. Watch this. Olive oil softens the skin texture and is thought by some to cure dandruff. All right. So now, castor oil. Once again, castor berry had properties to help get rid of emotional PMS, emotional flare-ups, bloating, and cramps. Olive oil, we talked about, anti-inflammatory, soothes inflammation, and heals burns. Why would that be necessary? Watch this. These young virgins are beautiful, but they've been out in the conditions. They have not been used to palace conditions. So whatever burnt you out there, you get ready to come before the king, we got to get rid of that. It may take us a year. Oh, that'll preach. It may take us a little while. But once you come forth, you'll be ready for the king. All right? So it softens the skin texture. And it's thought to cure dandruff. Once again, you get one night with the king. The worst thing you want to be like, oh. All right? Brush it off. All right, here we go. Myrrh oil. Myrrh oil, of course, is derived from the resin that bleeds from the wounded bark. That's good. So the bark has to be wounded for you to get the resin out of it. We don't like wounds, but they bring out a resin that is helpful. The thing with myrrh is that tree is native to Arabia or the eastern part of Mediterranean. So it's actually Persia's up the north. The trees are down, so they have to import this in. So that means it's more expensive, because anything you can't get readily costs more. I think I need to say that again for some people who think you get it. Anything you can't get so readily costs you more. I want to say this again. For some of you, I want you to value yourself and value your time. Anything you can't get so readily costs you more. Did any ladies catch what I just said? Anything that's not so easily accessible costs you more. There's certain waters you can't find just anywhere. Matter of fact, they don't sell them in the multi-pack. I'm gonna leave that there. All right. So the resin has been used for thousands of years as an ingredient for perfume, incense, and also wound dressing. we'll keep going. It actually starts to repel, is actually to prevent sunburn and repel insects. All right. Also, watch this. Myrrh, you can add this. Myrrh is believed to have anti-aging and hormone-like properties. Myrrh is believed to have anti-aging. That don't mean it's the fountain of youth. I'm just saying it, probably can help with a couple of things. Hormone-like properties. It is reported to stimulate circulation and decrease inflammation. I know I'm talking fast. You can go research some of this stuff on your own. It's thought in constant use it can help prevent wrinkles, healed fungal infections. Once again, though you're a virgin, you've been out in the elements, so you're not used to a palace environment. So we don't know what you brought in, but we know what can't stay in. All right. Now heal mouth sores, alleviate stretch marks, and repel parasites and insects. All right, so that's myrrh. Of course, myrrh and wound and grieving and stuff like that. I had honey in here. I can't find it. Sorry. All right. So those are some of the oils that were thought. So I know you see myrrh oil in the text, but it's thought that those who research the actual Persian culture and what they would do, all these different. Yeah, there you go. Great. Oh yeah. The Wellness Workshop. .org, thewellnessworkshop.org, thewellnessworkshop.org. All right, write that website down, go study it on your own, bless yourself, try some stuff out and let us know how it works. All right, cool. All right, yeah. All right, cool. So that's in regards to the reason you got down that path is because once again you got 6 months of scrubbing it and also doing this these oils. So it's not just the scrubbing, you're also getting oil at the same time. The next 6 months is about getting that glow. We got the dead stuff off, now we got to have the glow. All right. So you can imagine how beautiful. She's already beautiful because they ain't chosen no ugly people. I'm sorry, just. All right. And then plus you had to be a virgin, proven. All right. And I did like this because they used to make women hold up the sheets, which I don't know what that's about. Anyway. Like if it was your first night, Jewish customs, you had to come out. They would have to come out and show. Like they were actually waiting outside the tent, awkward. Like go on now, but you had to come out and prove that she was a virgin. So there had to be spots on it, which is thought that the hymen. That's when you get the whole teaching, the hymen, which is I'm not sure if it's even medically correct. But anyway, but that was the way they proved that your daughter was actually a virgin. Because if she wasn't, she could actually be stoned. All right, so that's that. All right, now where I want to focus tonight. Look at we talked about the purification process. Look at chapter 2. Look at chapter 2. Look at chapter 2. All right, who is Mordecai to Esther?
Cousin.
Yeah.
Was it an uncle? But I thought.
It's they're cousins.
Yeah, because Mordecai was the uncle. Her father was Mordecai's uncle. So that makes her cousin.
Yeah. All right. That's in chapter. That's in verse 7. Look at verse 7. What does verse 7 say in your text?
So when I was reading, I was trying to do a lot of research. It said something about that Esther and Mordecai were like together, and that's why he didn't want her to tell.
Nah, you gotta watch some of the things you.
That's why I asked.
Nah, you gotta watch because some of that stuff people just take.
Go on crazy.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
and watch the word. Sometimes they say it is supposed.
That is what it said.
So if it says it is supposed, then scratch that. They said Jesus was sleeping with Mary Magdalene. It's supposed, like people make up anything and then put it. So you got to watch. Everybody see what she said? Everybody hear? I like you all studying. I really do. I want you to just be careful about wording. When someone says it is supposed, scratch it out. If they say according to this commentary or the Targum or according to this commentary to the Midrash or anything like that, or according to the Jewish scholars, then you can kind of take it from there. The reason is because there's a lot of stuff that will go out there that people just make up, especially if you be careful. You get scholarly sources. You can't pull from Wikipedia because anybody can go on Wikipedia and add what they want to add. All right. So I just want to make sure you're mindful of that, especially in this day and age of a lot of this is the information age. So everybody got information, but everybody got truth. I didn't say that again. Make sure y'all got that. Everybody got information, but everybody doesn't have truth. All right. So the cousins, her mother and father are both lost. She was then raised by who? Mordecai. All right. Verse 8, chapter 2, verse 8. When the king's order, I'm reading from, this is my Catholic Bible. When the king's order and decree had been obeyed, and as many maidens brought together to the stronghold of Susa, the care of Haggai, who is the eunuch who was supposed to get them ready, is almost like, I guess he'll be considered like, don't they have little shows with him, when they're getting the women ready? It's I'm stuttering. All right, let me go back. I want to date myself. Remember Tyra Banks used to have her right, and there was always a guy that was getting the girls ready and stuff like that.
Which one, Miss J?
Yeah, like, right. It was like, yo, why would you? Right. So Haggai was probably like that. I'm trying to put y'all. No, Haggai. I mean, whatever you want to say. It's not Haggai. I'm just trying to be, and I'm not trying to be derogatory. I'm just trying to say, give you a modern inference of what this guy was doing.
It's her gay best friend. Gay friend?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think eunuchs were the ones that were castrated, right?
Correct, castrated, right.
They were trusted with women.
Yeah, because they didn't have.
Because they didn't tell you, so they.
Yeah. So I'm using that. So I'm not using that in regards to, like I said, I don't want to be derogatory because people take that the wrong way, and then next thing I'll be on the news for something that I don't really need to be on the news for. Right. What I am trying to do is make sure you're educated on the custom. Watch this. I'm glad Darius brought this out. He is a eunuch. That means he has no desire.
Were they chosen for that or that?
Right, yeah, and you had either chosen. Now some were chosen, some were just like, because this is an empire. Watch this. This is an empire. Then some people are brought in because they're now captured. Then others have been brought in because you have a certain skill set. And now you'll be for the use of the king. So he may not necessarily be Persian. He just has a certain skill set that he's known for. And now, and he's known for getting, watch this. He must be very important because he is the one that trains vagabond virgins and gets them ready to be queens. And though, once again, every young woman needs somebody to get them ready to be a queen. You just don't wake up and be a queen. Am I making sense to anybody? Esther may have been beautiful. She may have been a virgin, but she had some stuff. Because she does not know how to be, watch this, not just any queen, to be a Persian queen. Like if you, the best modern day example I can give you is Meghan Markle.
Yes.
Like, they'll be like, oh, no, she went, they don't make it all public, but just don't go from being Hollywood to go and being the queens, because Queen Elizabeth is no joke. Like, don't ever get it twisted. And I say that because many of us don't like process.
Amen.
We want to be a queen. We walk around, I'm a queen girl, yeah, so, and I get it. Or I'm a king, all that. But the process to get to where you want to be.
Come on.
Am I making sense to anybody? Matter of fact, it ain't got to be king or queen. It to be anything great takes process. And when people have not been through process, that's when you see them not lasting that long. Like, anybody can have a glow. Just put on the right makeup.
That's it.
But there's others that don't need makeup. And I've seen it, but they don't need because they've been through long process to get their skin just to be radiant and just glow. I get just drink water, but it's just not that simple. The reason I'm saying that, and I like smarter, but many of us don't want to go through the process of, we want quick fixes. Is that making sense, everybody? And what I want to take a parenthetical policy or take a personal privilege to say that maybe some of us are in process and we don't like it, so we're trying to jump out of process, but we want what's on the other end of the process too soon. This is a generation where everything's been taught to us to just come quick. You know, I want that big old mat. I want to be able to walk in, but that's not happening as fast as I would want. Y'all can be judgmental all you want. I'm getting bigger. Listen, I'm not calling those things that are not. I got evidence. Get y'all. See, that's why I can't trust y'all, man. Y'all be done dog. Y'all just shady. That's y'all the shadiest church. Man, I'm glad to be back home. Anyway, I'm saying this because I am slightly concerned about your generation. I am slightly concerned about this generation, and those that have come before me or with me understand what it is. Here's an example, and I think I told y'all this before. When I got my first car, I had to work at least 6 months to a year to actually save up enough money to buy it. When I bought it, gave my parents the money to go get it, I had to share it, I couldn't even drive it yet. But that level, and then once I did get it, I had like a $100 a week car note and some other it's crazy stuff. But so my senior year of high school, I was working full time and going to school because I was paying my own bills. So I know what it is to have nothing and to work and to struggle, versus others who've been given this. Hey, here's the keys to your car. Now, there are those who take care of this stuff, and great, I celebrate you. But there's others that don't understand what it is to go through process to get something. Am I making sense to anyone? That's in the natural. When it comes down to the spiritual, many of us just want to walk up and be great. Yeah. But greatness is not just, you don't wake up and be great. You got to be great consistently when nobody sees you. You got to do the small stuff. Like, I know you see people on, if you go on YouTube and type in most famous preachers, you probably see the same ones. But those are the same ones who had to sacrifice other things to be home studying. Those same ones who had to kind of work through their craft and work through their art. There is natural talent, but there is something when you become refined with your natural talent. Am I making sense to anyone in here? Yes, sir. I'm saying that and using this because I want to make sure that we are very clear. God has marked this ministry. Hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. God has said he's going to do great things in this ministry. Hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. But we don't need to get it twisted. Process. If we compare ourselves to other churches where, oh, we just had to celebrate, like say Elevation. When I first got to Elevation was like the thing. It was like, oh my God, they got 5 churches in 5 years. Oh my God, they got 8 churches. That's their gracing. That is an anomaly. During grade, Transformation Church, their first service, they had 1,200 people. That's an anomaly. Meanwhile, for the other 1,000 churches that opened, they started with 5 people. And 4 of them related. Can we be real? So what I'm saying is that we got to make sure that we understand while God has us in process and we're refining and improving and growing, you got to endure it. I can go across the room and tell you, you're going to be great, you're going to be this, you're going to be that. I can prophesy all day. But the process to get to that place is what most of us would be like, Yep. Prime example, check the text. When God brought Israel, was it Moses or was it God? That's a whole other Bible. That's a whole running joke. When he brought them out of Egypt, he could have took them straight into but he says he took them another way lest they see war. In other words, I know what you'll run from, so let me take you around that because you're not ready for that in this season. I know what you're not ready to endure yet. Is that making sense? Yeah. I'm saying this because I'm also warning you because some of you all, God's getting ready to put more weight on you. Lord, leave me alone. I don't want to do this. Yeah, but it's going to take this amount of exfoliation to get that flesh killed. To get that dead stuff off. To get that glow to come out. Now, what I want to deal with and what I'm going to get to is, though you got the glow, though you got the aroma, though you got the crown, people still don't know who you are. That's what I was trying to land tonight. That's what I really was trying to land there. I don't hasten to my point too fast. She has the glow. She's got the aroma. She's got the favor. Like her guy, whatever you want to call him, the eunuch loved her. It was like, listen, chick, I'm going to make you special. I'm going to make you great. And everybody in this room needs somebody that says, I'm going to make you great. I see your potential, and I'm going to work with you to make sure you get, because there's only one crown. So out of all the fair maidens and virgins, she gets chosen out of all them. She has that kind of favor. When King Caesar says, you, and it says he loved her. In other words, I forgot about Vashti because I see you. She's got all that. And finally got the crown. They threw a big banquet. But here's what it says in the text. Verse 20. Look at chapter 2, verse 20. This is where I want to land. I just want to land here. Esther had not revealed her kindred or her people. She is hiding a secret. You got everything else. Everybody celebrates everything on the external, but people don't know what's in your blood. And we all have to deal with stuff to where we got everything going for us, but we still got to deal with who we really are. And it's because that's what she was instructed to do. Life has a way of instructing us, conditioning us to hide who we are. Because don't tell them who you are, because if you tell them who you really are, they won't let you be queen. So I can't be honest because you'll dethrone me. I can't be honest because you'll blackmail me. I can't be honest because it may prevent me from walking in certain doors. The illustration for all of us African Americans is those back in earlier times where you didn't know whether or not they were white or black, so they hid their ethnicity to be able to have certain favor in certain doors. And still today, if we go to the spiritual realm, some of us hide who we really are because we don't want people to, whatever, they find out that we speak in tongues and we, with them holy rollers. Nevertheless, you can't hide for so long because maybe, this is what Mordecai says to her, maybe you've been called into the kingdom for such a time as this. I know I told you hide who you are earlier, but right now, if you try to hide, don't think that this decree is going to overlook you. He also says his faith statement I thought was powerful. If you don't, God will raise somebody else that will. That's where I want to land. Now he's in trouble, and all the nation of all the Jews are in trouble because they know who he is. Haman has found out who he is. Haman was just going to kill him, but when he found out his nationality, he said, "No, kill them all." So what does that mean for us? Process identity. Process identity. God knows who you are. He's raising you up. It's going to take process to get you there. But once you get there, you forget who you are. If I go across the room again, I'm going to say it again. There's greatness in this room. I just want to make sure, are you willing to endure a process? If I did a survey and asked how many of you all are willing to endure a process, many of you all probably raise your hand, and other y'all are like, I'm still working through it. I don't know whether or not Esther, Hadassah really wanted to be Esther. Think about it. Maybe this is Mordecai's ambition for her. And some of you are still living out your parents' ambitions. You did it willingly because you loved him. Like she would have done anything for him because when she had nothing, it was just, yeah. So maybe she didn't want to be Esther. That's her Persian name. I just want to be Hadassah. And all people know about her is her name is Esther. When we read in verse 20, it says she not revealed herself. It's thought, when it comes down to her revealing herself, I was like, okay, don't she look like everybody else? Because the Middle Eastern, everybody look. It's thought because she followed the customs of everybody else in her diet and her practices. So Jews don't eat certain things. So the way we know you're different is you don't eat like we eat. But if you eat like we eat, then I guess you're not different. Jews have certain customs when it comes down to their behaviors and their kosher culture and things of that nature. She didn't abide by any of that. Why? I'm just trying to fit in. Oh, that's good. I've been through process, but now I got to wrestle with me. And so she hadn't revealed herself yet. Now, I'm not saying everybody start revealing who you are and I'm this, I'm this. No, I am saying there will come a moment. Let's go back to the first point. The problem, the answer to the problem got put in the dirt. So behind all that makeup and behind all that glow, behind that, the answer is within you. You are someone's answer. Look at somebody next to you and tell them you are someone's answer. No, tell them again, you are someone's answer. I'll make y'all say it again. You know, they're like, oh, you someone's answer. Oh, no, you someone's answer. No, I want you, you know. And that, matter of fact, say, tell yourself, I am someone's answer. And I know for some of y'all, that don't. It's like, oh, we're just saying words. People that wrestle with suicidal thoughts, people that wrestle with depression, people that wrestle with purpose. This doesn't make sense. This doesn't resonate. It doesn't. It's words, but you ever say words, but you just don't believe. Like in your subconscious, it's not reality. It's kind of like I don't. You know how people say I am not fearful. I'm great in God, but it don't resonate. Because the next verse, you know, in the next sentence, they'll talk about how bad they are and how much, you know, they struggle and how much. You know, that. So there's a disconnect between what your subconscious says and what your forefront of your mind says. So what I'm saying, you are someone's answer. I'm trying to speak to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to you. I'm trying to reach within you to let you know that whenever you hear something that says that you're not important for now, that's a lie because you are someone's answer. I hope I'm talking to somebody. Life has a way of demasculating, the feminine, like making you feel like you're nothing. Life has a way of coming at you. It's so much. You're like, why am I even here? Am I making any impact? Am I making any progress? How come I'm not further than I really want to be? If this dream was really going to come, it would have been a came by now. If this is really going what God was going to do for me, I should have been there. I plan to be this by this time I was this age. And when that doesn't happen, life has a way of messing with your psyche. Am I talking to anyone in here?
Yes, sir.
And sometimes you got to drop that because you got to realize maybe I'm still in process. Maybe your process is going to take longer than someone else's. Maybe your process, God says, I got to leave you in there a little bit longer. It's kind of like for those that like to grill or like to cook. The longer you let something marinate, the more it gets in the marrow. Yes. Like when you got something that's really seasoned, and my God in Zion. Oh, shanda bada 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 bada. Now, also watch this. One thing, I may not be the best griller. The reason is my patience is not long enough. When you want tender meat, you got to let it simmer on low heat for a long time. I'm hungry now. Is the chicken ready? Just cut it open and see if it's ready now. The only thing is, the quicker it cooks, the tougher the meat.
That's good.
And see, some of us want to have it right now. Get me off the fire now. I'm ready to eat now. I want my portion now. Give me what's mine now. Come on, prodigal son. I want it all now. I don't care if it insults you. I want it now. I don't care if it's before my time. I want it now. I don't care if I'm going to squander. That's what I want to do anyway. Now, nutcase, though it is a parable, probably could say, Daddy, can I just have some money? I just want to go out here and just, I want to, I just want to go out here and be foolish. Versus, watch this, squandering my entire inheritance and making you sell a whole bunch of stuff just for me to go out. But he got his portion, but he got his portion too early. Process. I don't know why I'm taking this detour, but I got to keep saying it. Process. You whining, complaining, fussing, murmuring, complaining to your friends. I don't know why it's happening again. I don't know where I am. Oh me, oh my. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. It's too hard. This is too bad. Oh God, I know it's going to get better. Shut your mouth. Stop complaining and just accept that you're in process. Hadassah, you can't be fussing. Y'all keep scrubbing my feet every day. I wish y'all would just leave my knees alone. You the same one with these rusty knees because you've been on you scrubbing floors. You can't go for the king with no crusty knees. And your feet can't be crusty. You know how you get the little crust on the bottom of your foot? And the dead skin be like, that's intolerant. Okay, all right. For the record, some of y'all got them boomerang feet, I figured that. I want to see if y'all want to throw back. All right. Process. If y'all missed it, y'all know. All right. Process. If you never seen the movie Boomerang, you don't get the joke. All right. Process. Raise your hand if you feel like you called to something great. Raise your hand. Other hand if you called to do great things. Like you want to do great things. You see it. You dream about it. Raise your hand high. Don't just stick up. Stop being ashamed. How long is it going to take?
Long time. That's what David said in Psalm 13. How long is it?
Now, here's the crazy thing. Though it's process, I don't know what's involved in your process. Your process may be you won't have to start and fail. Like some people say, process, I ain't ready to start yet. But God may say that's not your portion. I want you to start and you're going to fail. And I'm going to say it's going to happen. You don't hear me say it's going to happen. I didn't say when, I'm just going to say it's going to happen. You start again and you fail again. You start again and you fail again. Now everybody around you say, fool, why is you even doing this again? It didn't work. But something inside of you says, oh, that's good to me. Something inside of you says, just keep going.
Come on now.
When you got something inside of you says, it don't make sense, but I got to keep going. It don't feel good, but I got to keep going. It don't even look good, but I got to keep going. That's process saying stay in. Don't you quit. Stay in. It don't feel good, don't look good. Everybody laughing, but forget them. Because when you come out on top, they're going to be asking you for money. I wish I had somebody here. You got to stick it out. Amen. Does that make any sense? So your process, so this is why you got to be careful not to look at somebody else's treadmill.
Yeah. That's so good. Wow.
I was working out this morning.
Oh.
Go ahead
And I had belly for the protein shake. And I was like, oh God, I don't even want to be here. Before you don't want to be here, you're like, I'm going to go back to bed. I'm already half tired. Like, listen. So now I got on the treadmill because I usually get on the elliptical or I go straight to the the weights and stuff like that. I'm on the treadmill kind of ease on in. And so I put the treadmill will let you do on the incline. So like 1. Okay. And I wasn't really focused at first. And the last time I wasn't focused, I slid off. So I was trying to get so I let it go up to 1. I was like, okay, this is going all right. Let me take it up to 2. All right. I go 3. Okay, good. Let me take it up to speed. All right. So I had my incline on 3 and my speed on 3.6. And I got my little top. I'm like, okay, good. And I see next to me the guy from that look at one of the old guy, little bald guy with the glasses. I forgot what commercial it is. He looked like that. He was next to me, and he just he just going. And I see little beads of sweat, but he just going like ain't don't show no sign, no struggle. So I'm like, okay, all right, bro, I guess I got you. I'm going on. Until I looked at his treadmill. He at 7. And at 4. And I said, oh Lord. Judge ye not, lest you be judged. And so I had to realize I can't look at nobody else's treadmill. I got to focus on the one I'm on. So why am I using that example? Because some of us will look at somebody else's treadmill, trying to compare our process to their process, and they beyond where you are.
Get off that.
I don't know how long he's been on that treadmill. I do know you don't just jump from 1 to 7 overnight. And some of us try to jump from 1 to 7, and you ain't went through 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I don't know what your 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 looks like, but I do know you've been there trying to jump. Some people don't need to skip grades.
Jesus.
Okay, that's good.
Some of us don't need to skip grades.
They try to put me in the honor class and they put me back.
No, they probably could. Matter of fact, no, you don't need to go back.
Right.
Let me tell you why. People like you, I told you this yesterday in class. Brilliant people like you, if we don't keep you occupied, Katie, you will disrupt the entire class, get all your grades right, have a straight A, and meanwhile you got fail and failure on the other side because you don't make them laugh the whole class. And if I get one more email about what you're doing at art, I'm like I pray for you. He's a sweet boy. He's just class clown. Okay, all right. He needs to be challenged. Somebody like you needs to be challenged, because if you're not challenged, you get into mischief. It ain't just you. It's about 10 other people in the room. I'm just picking on you because you talk loud. All right. You need to. But watch this. People like him that need to be challenged don't want to be challenged, and you smart enough to get out of the challenge.
Come on now.
I'll just say something about 5 of y'all in the room. Y'all are avoiding challenges so you can have it easy. Meanwhile, you get bored, and guess what you get into? Mischief. And it's not, you'll have all A's, but you'll have N's in conduct, and the person next to you, they're like, how is this kid getting funny? You're brilliant. You're a brilliant mind. I just wish you would accept the challenge. Maybe that's your process. Maybe God says, don't keep presenting hard things to you to see how many times you're going to punk out and say, I don't want to do it.
Go ahead, man.
See, that's what he's talking about right there.
Yeah. Right. Thank you. You see it? And everybody around you know it. I'm talking to you. I'm really talking about 10 other people. I just got to pick on you. Because you're loud. That's what happens with loud, extroverted people. Guess what? We get picked on and blamed for everything. Right. But you keep feeding into it, because guess what you keep doing? Talking out loud and extrovert. Right, default, right. I'm telling you, Victor, you need to accept the challenge. There's no reason why you're not managing the company you're in. The only reason why you're not managing, oh, I can't do that. I don't want to do that. But you sit there complaining and talk about how the process is wrong and how the folks need to do this and do that. Next time you hear somebody complain about what's wrong, tell them what you're going to do about it. No, not me. I'm just trying to say, well, shut your mouth then. Ask your neighbor what you going to do about it then. No, ask him now. What are you going to do about it?
What are you going to do?
I wish somebody would tell me. Listen. What are you going to do about it? Anybody can complain about what's wrong. Look around the room. Everybody got an opinion. It's like behind. Everybody got an opinion. Everybody got an opinion about what we can do. How come we don't do this? How come this ain't happening? How come? What you going to do about it? Y'all, listen, I'm tapped out. Ain't nothing else the real can do. What you gonna do? Before you allow, and listen, I deputize each one of y'all. Before you let somebody else in this church complain about anything, what are you gonna do about it? Well, that ain't my role. What is your role? What do you do? I don't do nothing. That's the problem. Because folk that are busy doing stuff don't listen. Like, I need some help. Like, listen. But people on the outside, like y'all got everything together. If you only came closer, you would see we struggling trying to hold it all together. All right. So what I'm saying is, people like you need to be managed. The problem is, you got to go through. You got to get over you. I like you. I believe in you. I didn't realize how brilliant you were. But you're real smart. And can preach.
Listen, honey.
But now, it's all that other stuff. That's why you sit at this same table, because all y'all got the same problem. I told you about following people. It's right tonight. Oh, he's home. He's home. Because he got the same problem. That's why y'all hate, because he got the same problem. She got the same problem. And she did that same look. God wear her forehead out. Boom! Boom! Get yourself together. Boom! And she did that same look. Just be great. I can't say it enough. Just be great. And the way you be great, you stick to process and stop punking out on it. Stop talking about, and y'all real mouths, y'all say, well, y'all, I ain't gonna do that. And then you get your co-signer, and the co-signer say, well, you ain't gonna do it, I ain't gonna do it. And then y'all go against each other, no, you need to do it, blah, blah. And y'all do the same thing, you're just enabling each other's dysfunction. Come out of that. We need you to be great. I got too many churches to play. I need y'all to be great quickly. Quickly. I got too many churches to play. I need you great now. I need to know that you're in process and willing to go do whatever it takes to stay in process. Period. And that's for every person in this room. We got too much to do for the kingdom. 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 Too many things that may happen. Oh, now you want to slide back. See how you slid? You see how you slid out? You just slid right out. You talking about the table. I'm going to back away from the table. But Watch this. I'm gonna show you something. I said everybody at this table, right? Then when I said it, guess what we did? Back away to another table. Everybody at this table. Because guess what? She got the same problem. So no matter where you go, you still surrounded by people who doing the same thing. I hope I'm helping somebody tonight. I didn't cut the Bible study for this, right? Y'all, listen, you should have been there praying like that. What you mean, been praying? If you're going to pray that hard for God to do all that, then you might want to get in process. Oh, that's good to me. It's good to me. I know. Oh, we just want to stay and lay in the words. I heard the Lord say, no, you better teach them. You better give them some word. Because y'all be so ecstatic in prayer, won't have nothing in you. And then God be like, I gave you the answer. Y'all praying loud. I love it. Gotta keep it sound. Because listen, the sound ain't everywhere. I'm so glad to be home. I'm not it. But when you get done praying, come on. When you get done, when you get through, you still got to finish what? Because watch this. What if God gave you the answer? I'm tempted about this. Y'all pray for me. I am tempted to do an hour of prayer silence. Y'all see the looks on y'all face. That ain't the sound, Reverend. We got the help. I know. Silent prayer. Because watch this. Silence means you got to listen. That's right. Oh, that's good to me. Silence means you got to be quiet. Silence means don't say nothing.
Amen.
No, silence means just that. Silence. What have you heard? I am glad you all pray the word. I want to celebrate that. I'm glad y'all pray the word because it don't happen everywhere. As much as I go out and preach, I be like, where are my people? Where are my folk? Where the sound? I need somebody. Just give me one person in a holler. Give me something. You know, this. You know, because I go a lot of places. I'm like, I can't stress to y'all enough. There's no place like home. Y'all are spoiled, rotten. You rotten, and you don't even know it. Oh, once we start getting on that bus going to more churches, y'all like, woo-wee.
Jesus.
Woo-wee. I'm telling you, you got to start listening. If your prayer only consists of you talking, you are being very selfish. Let me ask you a question. You ever talk to somebody on the phone and you can't get 2 words in? And you do one of these numbers?
Hang up.
Mute and walk away, wash your hands, use the bathroom, come back and they still talking and you go, yep, and put it right back on mute, don't get something to eat. They still talking and you come back and they come back and say, you know, see, I'm glad you understand. Yep, I sure do. Mute, go back and they still back. Because some people, I be having those kind of people in your life. Raise your hand high. How many don't really try to talk to them too often? I am laughing. I don't want to hear about this. But what did God say about you? Mute.
Grace. Grace.
Y'all heard what I said? What if God said, Lord, I'm trying to give y'all the answer. I'll just wait. Mute. I'm not saying don't bring down the sound. I'm not. I am saying you do need to have a balance where you just close your mouth and listen. Most people in the economy, they talk about different things, and I say, how many of you ever heard me say, just get clear, just be clear. The only way you can be clear is you got to sit down and do nothing. Say nothing. And just listen. I'm going to fall asleep. Fall asleep, wake up, and just be clear. Sometimes God does more in my sleep. Does that make sense? I don't know what to do. I had a couple of tough situations this week. Tough, Lord, I'm mad. Like, you need to fix this. Because I was like, if I put my hand in, I'm going to mess it up. Because I was thinking about 2 or 3 things that's just going to blow the whole thing up. Like the nuclear option. And I was like, you need to fix this. And I had a conversation, to blew things up. Now I felt the Holy Ghost say, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. Don't you just let. And right before my eyes, he was working it out. Then I got another phone call that worked, and it's almost one of those things where God was like, "Just you asked me to fix it. Now let me do it." Can I say that again? You asked me to fix it. Now let me do it. I want you to fix it. I am, if you could just be quiet long enough to let me do it. I need it. If you didn't want me to fix it, and you didn't think I heard you, then send an email. But I got all the messages. Let me fix it. And maybe that's part of our process. As learning how to talk, be honest, but also learn how to listen.